Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 5, Joy of the Spirit, day 94. My name is Apurva. I'm joining you all from Seattle, Washington. I have been practicing Sahaja meditation since my childhood, and I have been enjoying it a lot. This meditation has been helping me in my day-to-day life by keeping myself in balance and focused. And today I'm very happy to be here with you all. So if you are new or have missed classes, watch our recordings, or you can take one-on-one help after the class in breakout rooms. And you can actually change your mentors if you want, or request for additional mentors. And an ongoing goal of this 21-day session is to sustain longer period of silence. So in today's program, we are going to do Footsoak with guided meditation, followed by a talk of Shri Mataji. Then there will be some music and presenter sharing their experiences. With that, I would like to request our presenter for today to introduce himself.
Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Andrei Harabor. We might have familiarized with each other, especially in this direction. For the last little sessions, I have also been enjoying the life-saving grace of Sahaja meditation for a couple of decades. We started our journey in Romania, transited through another couple of places. We've lived in Canada for many years. So winter is just a week or two away here where we live. So enjoy the autumn as long as you have it. And we look forward to meditate with all of you today.
Thank you. So today's topic is being discreet. So with awakening of our own energy, we get enlightened, and this enlightenment gives us absolute discretion. So we get the discreet compassion, which tells us where we have to be compassionate, where we have to be firm, and we get over all temptations and get completely integrated. So that means we get completely integrated with our mind, our emotions, our physical body. Everything integrates beautifully together. But how does it happen? So the reason is Hamsa Chakra. We have learned about Hamsa Chakra in our last session, but we are going to learn a little bit more about Hamsa Chakra today. So Hamsa Chakra, which lies in the middle of our eyebrows here, and is holding on certain parts of our Ida, which is our left channel, and Pingla, which is our right channel. So what happens, Ida and Pingla are both of our channels, left and right. Before they come to Agya Chakra, which is our 6th energy center, the part of them crosses each other here in the middle of our eyebrows. And as we know that our Vishuddhi Chakra, which is our 5th energy center, has got 16 petals, which look after our eyes, nose, throat, tongue, teeth. But the expression part of it comes through the Hamsa Chakra, which is here. And actually, it resides in the at the base of our brain, and it is the controller of our brain. There is a beautiful saying in Sanskrit, Hansa Shvetaha Bakaha Shvetaha Ko Bhedo Hansa Bakayo Nira Kshira Viveketu Hansa Hansa Baka Bakam. So that means the crane and the swan both are white in color, right? So what's the difference between both of them? But if we mix the water and the milk together, the Hamsa, swan, will just suck in the milk. So it can discriminate between the water and the milk, while the baka, means the crane, cannot. And it is a very significant thing. It is a very significant quality. And this chakra, this energy center, Hamsa, has this quality. So it gives us this quality. It is a quality of this chakra. And what happens when our energy, Kundalini energy, comes in this energy center, it crosses through this center, it gives us a complete balance between left and right and gives us discretion. So the the chakra's name is Hamsa, right? So the hum part of it, hum means I am. So to be aware of yourself, to be aware of ourselves, hum. So that discretion is the discretion of our right side, which is called as hum, and the discretion of our left side is sa. Sa means you, means you are the one. So the word hamsa is made up of two types of discretion: where to see I am, so to know yourself better, to correct yourself, and where to see you are, where to just surrender or just observe and not to take any actions. So we get this balance and start to enjoy things which are balancing. So today in our Footsoak, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to balance out our left and right channel, and we are going to work on our Hamsa chakra, which is here in the middle of our eyebrows. Okay. So with that said, let's start with the Footsoak session. So what we are going to do, I assume that you all are prepared for your Footsoak. So first, we are going to keep both of our hands palm facing upwards on our lap, and we are going to be just relax first. Close our eyes and just relax. We can take a few deep breaths. And let's bring our attention inside. And let's just have this desire to achieve that balance in our subtle system and enjoy that balancing state. So with this desire, we are going to raise our energy and put ourselves into abundance. And we can give abundance to our Footsoak water. We can take mantra for Shri Samudra Devata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Samudra Devata Namo Namaha. And let's keep our feet inside. And now let's just observe how we feel. What is our state today? We're just going to observe our state. We don't have to analyze anything. We'll just observe how we feel today. Now we'll keep our attention on our left channel, our left side, and we are going to cleanse our left side. So for that, we are going to keep our right hand um, towards the ground, towards the earth element. And here we are going to say, "O Mother Energy, please cleanse, nurture, and empower our left channel. O Mother Energy, please cleanse, nurture, and empower our left channel. Please remove all the imbalances from our left channel into this earth element and into this Footsoak water. We'll give it some time to work it out. Now let's slowly bring our right hand back on our lap. And again, let's observe our state now. I will keep our attention on our right channel, and we are going to cleanse our right channel by keeping our left hand towards the sky element, ether element. Here we are going to say, "O Mother Energy, please cleanse, nurture, and balance our right channel. Please remove all the excessive heat from our right channel and give us a stable attention." We can slowly bring our left hand back on our lap. Now we are going to keep our attention on our central channel, from base of our spine to our fontanel bone area on top of our head. And here we can ask, O Mother Energy, please let us be in present. Please give us the state of thoughtless awareness. If there are any thoughts coming, we can keep our left hand on our lever, which is right side of our upper abdomen, where our rib cage starts. Since this is the center of attention, we are going to say, O Mother Energy, please give us a stable attention. Please remove all the thoughts, all the excessive heat generating from overthinking, and please give us a stable attention. Please let our attention be on our own energy. Let's bring our left hand back on our lap. We are going to bring our attention on Hamsa Chakra. So we can use our index finger of our right hand and place it in the middle of our both of our eyebrows, and we can rotate it in anti-clockwise direction. Slowly. And here we are going to take the mantra of Hamsa Chakra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Hamsa Chakra Swamini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. So by taking this mantra, we are addressing to the energy which rules this chakra, which rules this energy center. And here we are going to ask, O Mother Energy, please give me discretion. Please make me a self-correcting person. Please give me discretion. We can bring our right hand back on our lap. We can raise our attention one more time from our Muladhara, which is a base of our spine, to the fontanel bone area, which is to the crown chakra, our seventh energy center on top of our head. So to direct our attention, we can use our right hand and just raise it from Muladhara slowly upward through our central channel to Sahasrara. We are going to press our right palm on Sahasrara a little bit. And let's remove our right hand. Bring it back on our lap. And let's establish our attention on Sahasrara on top of our head. We can be in this state for a few more moments. And let's slowly open our eyes and express our gratitude towards our Mother Energy. And with this, we can conclude Footsoak session. So we are going to wash our feet, but we can keep our water aside because we are going to listen to a talk of Shri Mataji. Thank you.
%99% people in this world are excellent people, good people. And out of them, I think at least 30 to 40% people are seeking God. Not all. Some are seeking money, some are seeking power, and some are seeking some personal indulgences. But there are definitely true seekers on this earth, and these 30% people or 40% people are the most important people from the God's point of view. You might be anything. You might be having any organization. You might be having any position in life. You might be any great personality. Makes no difference to God. What is important is that are you seeking? If you knock, the door will be open, has been promised. But if you think you have already achieved it and that you are there, how can it be worked out? So one has to be humble about it and allow the Kundalini to rise in its own glory, giving you your real beauty. Now the thing we have to know that as the Kundalini ascends, we also start getting powers. The first power is that of innocence. Innocence has a power above all other powers. It's the most powerful thing. But in the human beings, it takes time for innocence to be awakened in the full way. It takes time. As a child, they have the innocence. And in childhood, if they get their awakening, that's the best thing that can happen to human beings, that in childhood only they get the realization. But as soon as you start growing, your attention starts going either to the left or to the right. You start indulging into all kinds of things as far as your sex is concerned, as far as your seeking is concerned, and you then jump on to some sort of a wrong thing which you should not have done. And that's how the first center gets lost. An innocent person is looked after by angels. Such a person has no fear of anything. He is not bothered. He is never violent. He is never hasty. He is never in a temper. He is so peaceful and he knows that what he is doing is the right thing. Such a person stands by righteousness. Like you can see in the life of Christ is a very good example. That very Mary Magdalene was stoned by people. He stood up and he said, among you who has done no sin can throw the stone at her. Actually, Christ had nothing to do with a prostitute. He had no relationship of any kind with her. She is a prostitute and he is the Son of God. But at that time he did feel that she has a right to exist, because those who are stoning her are the people who have committed also sins. Only she is a person who is exposed and he stood by her. And that is what happens to a person who is innocent. He is fearless. He has no fear of anything because he knows that he stands on truth and on innocence. Such a person also has a capacity to bear up lots of nonsense, to laugh at lots of tortures and troubles people bestow upon him. And the greatest thing of innocence is that it gives you discretion. Such a person is immensely discreet. He is so wise. He may be a little child, he may be a grown-up person, he may be a villager, he might be educated, he might be uneducated, but he is so wise that he sees what is right and what is righteous. And this is the greatest quality of an innocent person, that he is very discreet about everything. His discretion is just like a straightforward hit. He doesn't have to think, he doesn't have to bother. Whatever he decides is absolute discreet, and he doesn't have to have choices. He doesn't go on choosing people. He doesn't go on choosing things. He said, this is the thing, finished. So such a person becomes absolutely dynamic, because he doesn't waste any energy. He doesn't waste his brains. He doesn't waste his arguments with anyone. If he thinks a person is worth arguing, he'll argue, otherwise he'll say, all right, you are clever, go ahead. This is the understanding of a person who is completely discreet. Like there was a very big joke about it, that there was a man who was going up the road, up the stairs, and another one was coming downstairs. The one who was going up the road was a wise man, and the one who was coming down was not a wise man. So he tried to be aggressive, and he told him that I will not move for you because I don't move for fools. So the other one moved on one side and he said, I do. meaning I move out for foods. See, but he said, I do, and he moved out. So he has such a discretion, how far to go and how far not to go. Now I will give an example how in nature you can find this very easily. See, the root has a little root cap. It's a very, very small, minute thing. You have to see through the microscope. Now this root cap is a wise thing. It goes in the soil. It sees there are some stones, so it goes around the stones. Then it finds there are boulders, it goes around the boulders. It has to find its way, so it's not bothered. You are a boulder? Alright, doesn't matter. I'm not going to fight with you. It passes through that, it goes directly to that place where it has to arrive. And when he reaches that place, when he arrives that place, what happens? He finds that he has tied up these boulders around himself to support the whole tree. This is the wisdom of a little bit, small little cell, which is the root end. So you can imagine how much there is wisdom in a little cell like that. And God has given us such a good brain, and if we do not have discretion, we are like people who are blind, who walk without knowing where they have to. Then the second chakra, when it is awakened within you, you have a special quality of creativity. Because when the second chakra is awakened, you are actually thoughtless. There's no thought in your mind. So you start looking at anything without thinking. You start looking at anything that is created without any ripple of thought in your mind. Like all that is created around the lake of your mind is completely reflected in that rippleless lake. And you see the complete reflection of that creation as well as the joy that is bubbling in that creation. So your creativity becomes tremendous. You start seeing things but not thinking about it. Now see, if you come to this hall and you start seeing something, you like it, then you start thinking, oh God, this is a beautiful thing, but how much it must have cost, and now how old it is it going to last or not, is it insured or not, all sorts of funny ideas will come to you. And you will never enjoy what it is. But supposing you have no thought about it, you just watch it, you just see it. What happens? The creation that of the artist who has created this beautiful thing, the joy of that creation that the artist had, who might be dead now, you start enjoying that joy. The whole thing can be filled in you with that bubbling joy that he wanted to put there with his own heart. And that's what happens because there is no thought. So the creativity becomes tremendous. But it's not only that the creativity is tremendous, but your techniques improve. For example, a musician can become a tremendous musician. People who have never done any work can become extremely powerful. We have somebody here from India. The other day he was telling people, because he gave one of the lectures, that I had never seen what is wood is. I did not know what was teak, what was other wood and all that. And he had no job when he came to me. And he said, now after realization, what job should I take? I said, you take to interior decoration. And he got a shock. He said, I don't know what wood is. How am I to take interior decoration? I said, you can start feeling the vibrations. You just do it on the basis of vibrations. And he did it, and he made a big money out of it. Because as I told you the other day, whatever is absolutely beautiful you think has nothing in it but has vibrations. It has a coefficient which gives you vibrations. Like Mona Lisa now. We like her Mona Lisa. According to modern standards, she cannot be a beauty because she was a very plump lady, an elderly lady. But today also if you go there, you cannot see her painting. It's so crowded. Everybody is anxious to see Mona Lisa. And if you go and feel the vibrations from distance, you will get vibrations from. Because the coefficients of her body, face and everything is made so well that you get the vibrations. Now people are very anxious to create new ideas, new type of things and this. But these things do not sell. And even if they sell temporarily, they have no eternal values. So the people with this chakra, enlightened, start creating things of very eternal values, of universal values. Anywhere you take such a thing, you take it to India, you take it to China, you take it to Japan, or you take it to America, anywhere, any human being who sees that, sees the beauty of the spirit, because it gives you joy in your spirit. So the pure art is produced through you. That's the purity, or I would say the holy art is produced through you. When you start producing that holy art, then you should believe that you have got an enlightenment on that chakra. Now, to tell you that you shouldn't think too much, you shouldn't bother too much, you should not be wobbly, you should take things easy, be light-hearted is not possible in the modern times, because we are slave of the watch. But what happens? That when you get realization, your thinking process becomes regulated. You only think when you have to think. You just go on thinking like horns coming out. You don't think like that. You only think when you have to think. And whatever you think comes from you, inspiration as such. Now for time, you see, my watch is always out of order. I deliberately keep it out of order, because the time is in your hand. Supposing these people will hurry me up too much. Mother, we have to go now, we will miss the plane, this thing, that thing. I said, all right. If you say, I'll go. I go to the airport, and there they find the plane is 3 hours late. Then they said, Mother, why didn't you tell us? I said, I was telling you, no need to hurry up. Why didn't you telephone and find out? If you had telephoned, we would not have been there earlier. So, you see, you start seeing that this time is best for this time is best for that. You don't have to become a slave of the watch. Like this, people become such slaves that they arrive at a point where there can be some sort of a wrong thing happening, or maybe that you reach the place and you have to wait for 4 hours. You have to do all kinds of arrangements to make yourself comfortable. Or sometimes it so happens that you quarrel with your wife, quarrel with your husband, quarrel with your children. Oh, we are getting late, we have to be on the time. All this madness comes to people because they have not got their realization. Once you get realization, you station down. You are very much at ease with yourself. You don't hurry others, and you don't trouble others. Like small things, how much we trouble by our worries. You see, human beings will go on saying, I am worried. But what's the use of worrying? Now if I tell you don't worry, you cannot stop it. But once the hole is made here, which we call the Brahmarandra is open, then there's a hole out of which the worry comes out. And then you just cannot worry. Even if you want to worry, you won't worry. Because somehow or other, you go beyond that nonsense of worry.
We will remain in silence for a minute or two, and then there will be music. This will be a recording, and exactly perfect continuation. This chakra here in the middle, what we call as the center heart, is where all worry is dealt with. When we listen to the music, if we keep the left hand in our lap and keep the right hand here, you will see things will work out. So for right now, we'll meditate in silence for a minute or two. Very good. We can have music recording.
Mother, I see the signs, the messages you're sending with love never ending. Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs when the dear sun comes out and caresses my skin. I can feel your sweet love and your blessings within. Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs. When the raindrops are falling, I know that you're calling. Then they kiss my face gently and make me feel loved. Mother, I see the signs. Oh, Mother, I see the signs. And sometimes when it thunders, I feel the Shri Maya wonders. And I feel all her power, and it makes me feel strong. And I promise to change all those things I do wrong. Mother, I see the signs. Oh, Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs in the flickering flame that burns my burden away. And it's burning and burning for me every day. Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs. In the colors of the rainbow, I see you and then know that you are above me, protecting me so. Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs. When the wind blows so gently and runs through my hair, then I am reminded that you're everywhere. Mother, I see the signs. Oh, Mother, I see the signs. And sometimes when it thunders, I feel that Shri Maya wonders. Sometimes when it thunders, I feel that Shri Maya wonders. And I try a little harder, I try to be good. Look deep inside and do that which I should. Oh, Mother, I see the signs. Mother, I see the signs. All of those signs of your love and attention you're sending through nature to me. They show me you'll always be there. They make me feel loved Mother, I see the signs, the messages you're sending with love never ending. Messages of love you're sending to me. Mother, I see the signs. Oh, Mother, I see the signs. Thank you, thank you, thank you from my heart. Thank you that you let me be a part.
Let's float in that space without worry for a bit. keep us floating. We can allow this greatest truth to sustain us and remind ourselves of it. Mother, I am pure divine love, nothing else. And please let only the nature of that love manifest through all the chakras, through all the nadis. Please let that love flow outside through this Vishuddhi chakra in all the wonderful ways which are built in. And please let the absolute discretion of that love always always shine in our Hamsa chakra. Let us be that discretion of the divine love, because we are divine love. And please fill every cell with the joy of that love, the joy of oneness. Slowly open our eyes. Thank the divine for this great gift. And raise our Kundalini slowly and with purpose as usual. Okay. Purpose with respect. Good. As usual, at the end of the session, there are a couple of announcements. And the most exciting is there is going to be an in-person seminar. And it's in a lovely, lovely place with wonderful vibrations. And there are a couple of options for staying there. It is warmly recommended to register pretty quickly because there is a limited amount of physical space and there's always more demand than space. It has a little bit of a registration fee that covers what goes on over here, over there, especially with the stay and the food. And there is a link in the chat, also the direct link for the same that you can have, sahajaseminar.org. This is the house Shri Mataji has graced and blessed that dwelling as well. And if you go, there's nothing like feeling it for yourself. On Sunday, there will be the next session, and tomorrow there will be another Footsoak, because why not, right? The session on Sunday, it's moving to organizing a little bit our right side into a gentle breeze from a hottish blow. And you'll be surprised, but actually things that we associate more with the left side, like fear, have some roots on our right side as well. In here, and the other part about Sunday, to cool down, a little bit of ice will be very beneficial. So anything that can contain some ice or get in the freezer and provide some temperature change to our liver on our right side is a great help. You have the code there to get to the sessions. There is the WhatsApp group, and you can request a mentor, or you can change your mentor, as Apurva mentioned. Right now, in our usual pattern, there is breakout room, and there are personal activities that happen in there, a bit of clearing, a bit of questions, a bit of review. There will also be Apurva and myself will be hanging out here for just a little bounce around the Hamsa chakra. If you would like to hang out with us, of course, you are more than welcome. So, you know, I think one of the things that we're all confronted in life, because we are at a new age currently, where some of us have decided that spiritual pursuit is more than worth it, but we have not left for the Himalayas or some other beautiful and remote place. So we live in the middle of all this modestly wild things that are going on, and we deal with all sorts of people every day. And we might be in the midst of many situations and encounters where clearly discretion is not at its best around us. How do we manage to inject a little bit of better discretion and at least to protect ours when we are in those situations that we haven't chosen, really? I think that's a valid question, because we all deal with this every day, every week.
Yeah, that's true. So actually, based on my experience, I mean, I have observed it about myself, and I guess it's true for everyone. When you are in balance, then of course discretion comes to you. You don't have to make any put any efforts around it, as it's very spontaneous, right? But based on my experience, an approach that has always worked for me is where I try to deal with people around me by kindness and with patience, rather than pointing out their faults. If we see people around us, they are not using any discretion or making wrong choices in their life, obviously we care about them. Some people around us, they are like your friends or family, then you of course worry about them, right? And out of that concern, we tend to I don't want to use the word debate, but we tend to insist them or try to put our point of view in front of them. So in that kind of situation, I feel like it's easy to get tempted to tell them it's not the right way. But with the connection of our own energy, the whole approach changes. For example, a friend of mine at my work used to be very stressed out all the time. She was trying several things to find a peace of mind, but sometimes she would take to some wrong ways that would give her a temporary solution. And again, she's back to square one. So, and she knew that I'm following this meditation because I have told about this meditation several times, but she would refuse to try it. So I was concerned about her, and I would wish that she should get her realization, and which won't be temporary. And by awakening her own energy, she'll get her confidence in her life. So I let her take her own time instead of insisting her and try to meditate. But I made sure, on the other hand, that she would feel loved and not feel lonely, because that's what friends do. And one fine day, something changed in her, because I guess she used to observe me, my behavior in several situations in my life. And she just came to me and expressed her willingness to try this meditation. And now she has been enjoying it. She finally found her work and life balance, and she's just happy. So it is important sometimes to take it slowly and think about their emotions, because they're lost. I mean, we have our experiences also, right? So we all go through that phase. So even though we know that the path we have chosen is right, instead of debating or trying to prove them something, we should just take it slowly and um, come up, I mean, work around with kindness. That's what my experience is. How about you?
Well, I mean, this is a beautiful and the best case scenario, right? Really, the ultimate outlet for discretion. I have been in a number of work related situations. So in principle, exactly what you said. I fairly early in Sahaja Yoga, I heard one of the talks where Shri Mataji insists that you have to look after yourself and not worry about anybody else. Mm-hmm. Somehow that stuck very, very strong to me, and I. In 30 some years, I can count on the fingers of a single hand when I open my mouth to tell anybody anything. And it was when things were dire, really dire. And I have not gotten any blowback from it, regardless of what happened in practice, right? But so from those early, years in Sahaja Yoga, when this thing literally just glued to my brain. But and then another thing that glued to my brain in a talk of that I heard is where Shri Mataji says, look, this is a power. It works by itself. If you have it, it works. The guys around, all of a sudden, they'll look more reasonable. They will all of a sudden kind of go more the right way than the wrong way. If you have it, if the power is properly awakened. And I have been in a few situations where people were relationally, especially, they were at terrible odds with each other. And these are on paper, extremely mature, supremely educated people who also had actually a bit of a spiritual streak in them. And they hated each other's guts in different combinations. There were just a handful of them and nobody could talk to anybody. It was terrible. They would all come to talk to me and complain about everybody else. And occasionally you had to be, we had a meeting and things like that. And sometimes it happened a couple of times where I simply, I just stood there and I thought about this, right? That let it flow through me. What else can we do, right? And it just sort of within the 5-10 minutes, just the complexion changed and everybody sort of started to just talk more business-like stuff. And then it finished, and I was so grateful. So that this happened to me repeatedly in my work life. It's been quite something, and it's amazing when you're in the middle of it and it kind of works. It's really cool.
It's a beautiful story. Yeah.
I think one of the other things that has been, that there's been several moments where this both wisdom and discretion were mentioned from Prashant, who opened the last session, obviously Shri Mataji to the talks, and we've also mentioned it tonight, that wisdom is wisdom, with discretion is discretion. We have two different things, but we often mention it together. How is this relationship? How do these things work? And obviously we can talk about this 1 week, not 15 minutes, but I think tickling it a little bit might be good.
Actually, as per what I have understood so far, discretion is the ability to make judgments, what is wrong, what is right, and it's mainly it mainly involves thoughtful decision-making ability, I would say. And wisdom, on the other hand, I feel it's a broader and deeper understanding of life, and it's a power of brain, as Pushpanataji says. Like wisdom encompasses a sense of balance, good judgment, and ability to see the bigger picture. So, in short, like I feel discretion can be seen as a specific aspect of wisdom, and a wise person through his understanding of human nature, or based on his experiences, he knows how and when to exercise discretion. So I would say like discretion is a specific aspect of wisdom, and based on their experiences, they make good decisions and make balanced decision in various situations. So wisdom itself encompasses a broader understanding of the situation or the world. But discretion is the ability which we can use it wisely. What do you feel?
Yes, the obviously, I mean, as I said, we can. This is such a beautiful subject. We can look at it a lot, but as you gave the shloka about the swan and the crane, and that the swan, the discreet person can actually drink just the milk. One can say that I think the wisdom is picking the dish with 80% milk, not with 5% milk. Mm-hmm. And discretion is the actual how to do this, to take the milk out. If we don't have the wisdom to pick the right the right mix, mm-hmm. all our energy will be wasted, even if we are having a decent skill, if you wish, for the more visible part, the more somewhat worldly part, right? And because this has to do, if we go back in history a little bit, I think the couple of major sort of milestones in this, there is this episode in Sri Rama's life where there's a gathering, and Shri Hanuman, actually the deity of our right side, quite interestingly enough, was described as the accumulation of both power and devotion, and that Shri Mataji herself has said that he has a very major role in presiding over this discrimination part. He asks, there were some major great gurus, saints gathered there, what to comment on knowledge versus devotion, jnana versus bhakti. And one of them says that there's a couple of that give an answer, and I think the first one says, well, in devotion, the person is like a child in front of the divine. Sometimes the child doesn't know, goes to the fire, the divine just takes him, puts him, and makes him, kind of crawl the other way, right, from the fire, without too much comment, without too much. While the person with knowledge, once the divine puts the light in their hands, they got to look after it. They are supposed to be able to manage on themselves, to know where the fire is, how far to go, where it is, and all of that. And I think the last comment in the row is maybe the greater guru that was in that gathering, who says that knowledge is like a light. And the advantage is, obviously, it can give big light. You can take it, but in big crosswinds from our ego or from our emotions, it can get blown off. You have to keep the glass clean. But devotion It's like the diamond, where the light comes from inside. It cannot be extinguished. So, because obviously the wisdom has to do with the Muladhara, which is on the left, and a lot of this action stuff that we're talking is on the right. So it is a little bit the devotion versus, knowledge / action. And this is what. And then Shri Krishna came, who was the person who's kind of put divine discretion on the map, right? On the spiritual map. And he did all those things while expressing them. He explained why that was the right thing to do, right? So from him today comes our current understanding of how this works. And then Lord Jesus brought it to the level of the heart, right? To the love, the divine love part, which Shri Mataji has already mentioned in the talk, how that works. I mean, if you think about it, is unthinkable. Like there's no way anybody could come up with that kind of outcome in that situation, isn't it? And yet the divine itself showed that the whole point about this is she had way better potential to not be a sinner anymore from everybody there. Does anybody remember anybody's name from that gathering? No, the whole Christian world knows her. Why? Because she had that potential. But only the Lord saw it. Isn't it? So, and then Shri Mataji came to basically give people like you and me and everybody here the ability to do that themselves. So it's an amazing evolution, right? Like in some ways, right? But I think just meditating on this is a great subject to stop the mind. Like when we, when we do meditation, and if we just try to really feel how wisdom and discretion relate to each other, I don't think you can have any thought about it, really. Yeah. So that's I think that's the biggest value to this, to give this tip.
Yeah, you put it so beautifully. Just one thing I wanted to add, since you mentioned about Sri Hanumana. So if we look at his character, he had all the powers in the world, right? He was the powerful God, but he didn't use those powers. I mean, he used those powers only for a right cause. He put all those powers with bhakti towards Sri Rama, right? So that is, I guess, discretion and wisdom, where to use your powers and how to use them. I guess that comes with
totally.
Mm-hmm.
That's also a very, very deep aspect of this, how to forget about your powers when, amazingly so. Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, we hope everybody is feeling okay. There will be a little bit more music for further meditation. I think I see a raised hand, but I think Jenny can ask whatever she needs in the chat to the checkout or breakout, and we can work it from there. And we wish everybody a lovely weekend, and stay tuned for Sunday and think about the seminar.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Apurva.
Thank you.